for DynamoDB for all of you. So just open the lab. Start the lab. So what we are going to learn in this lab is create a DynamoDB table. We are going to learn, since database is already created, a table we are going to create. What the table contains? Table contains the primary key. Okay, the primary key with one primary key, and enter the data into the Dynamo. We call it items. We will learn about that, and also we will learn about how to query this DynamoDB table. And also finally, we are going to learn about how to delete the DynamoDB table. Just a second. Yeah, my lab is ready. All of yours lab is ready?
Yes, sir. Ready, sir.
So let us explore. Go to AWS. Okay. So the first one, please go through this database, DynamoDB. DynamoDB. See this one, managed NoSQL database. Wherever you see managed means that our responsibility will be very little. Amazon is going to do majority of this. This is the dashboard of DynamoDB. Ready, everyone?
Ready, sir.
So the key points which you should remember, especially for this exam, is this particular points also. A fast, you should learn about. Flexible, NoSQL. What is the abbreviation of NoSQL?
Not only SQL.
Not only SQLs.
Not only SQL database service. For any scale means GB, TB, PB at any scale. DynamoDB is fully managed. Key value, document database that delivers single digit millisecond performance. At any scale. So these are the key points which you should know. So yeah, let us create a table. So the first one is create a table. The table name is called as music. So as I mentioned that in RDBMS, when you create a table, you need to define the schema. Yes or no? I mean all the columns and rows preliminarily.
Yes, sir.
If you want to modify or alter, you can do that at a later stage. But preliminarily, while creating the table itself, you need to create the schema. Same thing here. What did I mention? When you are creating a table, what you need to do? The you need to create primary key. That is a must. One at least should be there. One is mandate. You need to have one primary key. Okay, primary key. We also call this as a partition key or a primary key, right? One. So what is that primary key which we are going to create? So we call as artist, and we select this as a string. So here, just select this as artist, and this is a string as the string. That's all. You have various options. Means character is called as a string, number binary. Number is numerical, binary is 0 or 1. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Why it's getting it? Okay. So provide that artist and the string. And I think rest all things you can leave it as it is. And short key is optional. So he is asking you to create additional one also called a song. Normally you can create later also, but you can add now, which is called as a song. This is also a string only, and create the table. See, one important thing for the exam point of view. The billing here is done not based on the size of the data. You can keep any number in this data here. The charges are made only for the read and write. Is this clear? The charges are made for read and write. How many number of times you query, that is called as read. How many times you update? First time update, second time update, third time update, fourth time, like that charges are there. Is this clear? For read, for write, you have charges. Understood?
Yes, sir. So it would be humongous, sir, because every time we make a query.
Like that. Every time you do a query, there will be some charges. So how do they charge? This type of questions will be asked. So we have a concept called as RCU, WCU. Okay. I just open this particular one on Notepad. Just a second. So very important exam point of view. I'm removing this one. This is not required now. RCU and WCU. What is RCU? Read capacity units. Is this clear? WCU is
Right.
write capacity. Right. Okay. So the charges are only for RCUs and WCUs. You can select how many RCUs. Based on that much amount of queries you can do. Okay. If you are choosing one RCU and if you are asking more queries, it will go slow. Is this clear? If you are having about 10 RCUs and if you are asking for 10 queries at the same time, you can easily do it. The amount of RCUs you select, based on that, the amount of queries you can do, that is RCUs. WCUs, updates, adding records, all these things will called as write. The speed is basically managed by RCUs and WCUs. So now let us understand a little bit. I'm just showing you here, it's not there in the lab, but exam point of view, this is very, very important. So this is called as a capacity calculator, I tell you. How much amount? You see here, if your data size is 1 KB, data size, please think that. Data size is 1 KB. Read, if you are having one read, one read per second. And that type of read is also, you can choose any of these three: eventually consistent, strong consistent, transactional consistent, transactional. So you can choose any of these three. What does that mean? Eventually consistent means that it's a general read, a general read. And you have, there are various other things. Strong consistent means that, see, I tell you, whenever you write the data or update the data, it will take some time, yes or no? It will take some time.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes milliseconds, sometimes seconds, whether you update or whether you write. Eventually consistent means that whatever is the records which are available at that time, it will show. Strong consistency means that if there is an update happening, it will show you the updated one. Understood? There is a small difference. Strong consistent means it will just wait, there is an update. Okay, let me take the update and give you the latest one, like that. It's like showing you the breaking news. Immediate, even the last milliseconds also it will show you strong consistent, but you need to pay a little bit more. Is this clear? The difference between
Yes, sir.
eventually and strong consistent.
Sir,
There is a
just
small
get-
difference.
Sir, just could you explain once again, sir? Just once, sir.
See, eventually consistent, that record the data which is already existing and it is being queried, it will show you eventually consistent. Right? Is this clear, Asif?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When the record or the data is getting updated in eventually consistent, till the update is complete, it will show you the past record only. It will show you the past data only. But in strong
sir.
consistent, it's not like that. When in his update is going to happen, it will not show the previous data. It will just wait and give you the latest data.
So, sir, we can say strongly consistent is for real-time application in
Real
data.
time. I agree that real time. Almost the latest news, like as I mentioned, it's a breaking news, something like that. The latest, like what is happening just now, like that. The strong consistent. Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
transactional is something it reads and writes, something like that, which is again much more strength here. See, whatever is reading the data, it writes there and again it brings back. So that there is a kind of verification. Like I tell you something, you say that, okay, sir, I understood in this so and so, is this correct? Yes, correct. That is transactional. Is this clear? It's a double confirmation, transactional.
Yes, sir.
Understood? See, when you're writing architect exam, these things are more important. For solutions, I mean, for what we call as a practitioner, they may not ask that much depth. But it is always good to know. It's always good to know. I'll tell you now, the most important thing. So I have three modes of data reading. If this data size is up to 8 KB, you see this one, the data size is up to 8 KB. Where is that? 8 KB. If you have selected eventually consistent, still it is called as 1 RCU only, yes or no? If your data size is 8 KB, if you have selected eventually consistent, it is only one capacity unit, one read capacity. You are billed only for one read capacity unit. Understood? If your data is 8 KB and if you have selected the mode as eventually consistent, you will be considered as one read capacity. Suppose if my data size is 100 KB, 100 KB, 100 divided by 8, how much? 100 divided by 8?
12.5.
12.5, sir.
That is 13, right? That is 13. Anything above 13, 12 is 13. It cannot have 12.5. So it has taken as 13. Understood? This is how the data is charged. This is how the data is charged. No, sir, I don't want eventually consistent. I want strong consistent. Strong consistent, it is not like that. Every 4 KB of data is considered as 1 RCU. If I have 5, it will take 2 RCUs. Did you see the change? Only see this one, nothing else.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Have anything above 4, you will be considered as strong consistent. You will be charged double. You will be charged double. Suppose if I have 50, how much I will get? 50 by 4, that is 13, right? Strong consistent. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Suppose if I have transactional, then it is still double. Every 2 KB is considered as 1. Transactional, minimum of 2. Suppose if I say 4, you see this one, it is 2. If I take 8, you see 4. Every 2 KB is considered as 1 record. I mean 1 RCU. 1 RCU. Suppose if I take 100, then it will be 25. Sorry, 50. Divide by 2. See, for 100, for eventually consistent, 8 KB. For strong consistent, 4 KB. For transactional, it is 2 KB. 2 KB. Every 2 KB, 1 RCU. Understood, everyone? RCU.
Yes, sir.
Now coming to the
Yeah.
WCU. Right. Suppose if you have 100 KB. Sorry, I'll forget about that. 1 KB of data. 1 KB of data. There are 2 modes here, standard and transactional. The standard means whenever you want to update a record, straight away it updates. Update or create a new record or whatever, it just writes the data onto the space. But whereas in transactional, what it does, please listen. In transactional, it writes the record and then it tries to read. It tries to read also, so that double accuracy, whatever it has been written, is consistent. To increase the consistency, we use transactional about the write. Understood?
Yes, sir. Understood.
So this will be double actually. So if you have chosen standard, say every 1 KB of data is to 1 RCU, 1 WCU. You see this particular one only. You see this particular one. Every 1 KB is 1 W capacity unit. If I say 2, it will be 2. Don't worry about read now. Don't worry about read. 100 KB if I have, how many WCUs will be there?
100.
100. But same thing if I choose transactional, it is double. For 1 KB of data, 2 write capacity units will be there. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let me ask a question. Forget about all these things. I have 50 KB of data. 50 KB of data. I'm using both transactional. How many WCUs and how many RCUs? Both transactionals I'm using, read as well as write.
25 RC
Okay.
and 50 WC.
So how much data I have?
50
50
KB.
50
So
KB.
50, yeah, so it is 12 for transactional RC. So for transactional, RC was 50, sorry, 25.
Mhm.
And WCU, I think double it should be 100.
100.
100.
100. So there will be 50. If I say 50 KB, you see this is transactional. This is transactional. You say if I say 50, it is 25. I mean, it is 26 and 100. 100. Right? This is 26. Optimistically, it is 25, but it is 26. Divided by 50 is divided by 2 is 25 plus 1. It should be 25 only. Why 26 it has come? It's okay. And this is 100. Got it? If you are choosing like this, 50 KB of data, 50 KB of data, both transactional, you need to pay $50 a month. If you are choosing like this, 50 KB of data, read transactional, write transactional, you need to pay $50 a month. No, sir, I want only just read should be eventually, and write should be standard. So you are reducing the capacity units. 7 read and 50 write, you are paying $24 a month. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose if I have, as I mentioned, like I mentioned that 8 or maybe 1 KB, 1 KB, eventually consistent, 1 RCU, 1 WCU, which is about $50 approximately a month. I do not want to do all these things, sir. Why this is very worrying, everything. I only want to choose this particular one. I want to choose only the number of provisioned units as 1, and maybe the number of provisioned write capacity units as 1. You can select that particular way also. Automatically it will adjust, the system will adjust. I do not want to worry about how much data size, etc., etc. I don't know all those things. I want 1 RCU, 1 WCU, which will cost approximately $0.59 a month, which is shown here. Is this clear? That way also you can go. Understood. Don't think this is mathematics, very important, especially when you're writing exam point of view. The pricing is done only based on RCUs and WCUs. So here I don't know how much he has asked. He didn't ask anything, just leave it like that. So I'm just closing all these things. I don't select anything. So auto scaling is on only as of default. Leave it. This is also on only. If you don't specify anything, it will take us 5. It will take us 5. Is this clear? If you take default settings, if you select default settings, it will take us 5 RCU and 5 WCU. For our lab, select default settings only. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I know that is it. Understanding is a little bit tough, but if you are going further, then these things are very, very advantageous. RCUs and 5 WCUs, please understand. And say, create a table. All of you created a table?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is creating it in a minute's time, it should be created. Yeah, it is active. It is active. You see here, this is the table name is called as a music. The table name is called as a music. You can see the status is active. You can also see there are 5 provisioned units for read, 5 provisioned units for write. Okay. The total item size is 0 bytes. We don't have anything. We don't have anything as of now. Okay. Click this music table. Yeah. Do I have any items? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No items. You see this item summary, item count as 0 and size is 0. Let us learn about how to add items. How to add items. So that is adding data. Is this clear? All of you ready to add items?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here under actions, you can create item. You can say create item. You should see a table like this. So as I mentioned, these two are considered as your primary keys. It is already shown, artist and song. While creation, we have already created both of these. So this is been shown. So what you can do here? So the first one, Pink Floyd, artist name, just provide that. Pink Floyd, and song is money. This is already string which we have defined. This is money. Don't select create item till now, till he mentions. So you want to add more attributes. More attributes means you are adding more flexible schema, as I mentioned. So you add a string. You need a field name called as album. Yeah, field name called as album. So just say add. Where is that? Add a new attribute. Click that. And under that string, the new value called as album. No, not this one. Here. Album, not this one. Value I will provide here. The attribute name is album. The attribute. New attribute will field is. The value is the dark side of the moon. The value is the dark side of the moon. Is this clear till now? This is
Yes,
the
sir.
first item which I am adding. So these two, the column names are given already. The artist name is, this is the record, I mean the row which we are adding. The artist name is Pink Floyd. The song is Money, both of them. And we are adding a new column called as album, and we are giving the value as dark side of the moon. Let us see if still he has. Oh, one more thing he wants to add attribute. This time he wants to add a number attribute, which is called as year. This is called as year. So how do you do that? Add a new attribute and say a number. And this is called as year. What is the year? 1973.
1973.
73, sir.
73. Perfect. And he asks you to create the item. And he asks you to create the item. Is this clear? Create the item. So one item is created now. You can see here, one item. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, we need to create a second item, second and third item also. So this John Lebanon is the artist and song will be there in each and every field. So how do we do that? So add under actions, create an item. Second item which we are going to do. Artist name is John Lebanon. So this is Imagine. The song is Imagine. And you need to create a new what we call as attribute called as album. That is a string. Add new attribute, a string, and this is called as album. Okay, the value is album. That is also Imagine. Okay, and next one is a year number. There is an add new attribute, a number. This is called as year. That is 1971. You can see here. Year is 1971. The last one is a string, which is January. Last one is a string, which is called as January. Soft rock. If you feel everything is okay, you can create the record. Create item. So you have already created second one. Please create the third one. Yeah, only 3 are there. So this is Sai, and the song is Gangnam Style. Create item. Sai. You can say Gangnam Style. Okay. Album. A string needs to be created. Sorry. This is your album. What else? The year is 2011, numeric. And this is length seconds. Length seconds is 219. This is also numeric, right? Number. 219. Yeah. So if I create this item, I have created total 3 items. You should see like this, 3 items. Total items as 3. If you have done so, tell me. Then we can go with the task number 3.
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
Everyone?
Done, sir. Done, sir.
Okay, if you want to mask this dashboard, you can keep it. The 3 dashes will be there. Okay, now you have your data now. Imagine like that. So you can have several data, maybe 3 records or 300 records or 300 items or 3,000, 3 million, anything record. This particular one. So now let us try to do a query. So you see this one, how this columns are getting updated as and when. This is called as the flexible schema. Flexible schema. Certain things like year getting updated, length, genre, you can see this one, some certain column. These 2 are mandate. Rest of the other columns, not mandate, it is updated. You can see the year also everything getting updated automatically. Right. Now I think these 2 are mandate. Rest all things are getting updated. Now he asked to do a modification. Let us learn about how to do modification. So here he wants to change this year, this 2011 to 2012. In one of the record, it is 2011. You see this one, this you need to edit. You can select and say edit from 2011 to 2012. Just say save, sorry. Save. It's modified. Is this clear? How to modify? This is task 3.
Yes.
This is task 3. You should see 2012. Done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
The last one is to do some kind of querying. Okay. This is already we have written. So he asked scan and query as choose query. You can see this one, scan and query, expand that and select this query. You are querying. So what you are querying? You want to query something which is called as artist so and song so and so. You should get whether that particular artist is there or not. Whether this particular artist is there or not. Artist, you can select one of the artists as not all attributes, specific attributes. The artist, okay, and you can say as what is that? PSY. I think there is a difference here. Query, fields of the artist and song are now displayed. This table name is music, specific attributes, artist, the value is add attribute. Yeah, you will see this item. Even if you give the other one also, additionally, you should be able to get it. Square. Let me show you once again. Query, the table is music. Yeah. Query, fields for the artist are now displayed. Enter the following details. Even you can say just run. It will return with the one item. So he asked you to give enter both, but even one also is working. One also. Okay, I have given just artist name as like this. You see here. Select this query. Table is music. You can say all attributes, and in the artist name as PSY. Just to give that artist name as PSY, and say run. That is enough. Say run. Okay, you should be able to get one PSY record out of all the records which are there. Out of all the records which are there. Maybe try to do some more thing. Filters year as 2071. Okay, expand filters. Now let me say choose scan. Let me choose scan. Table name is music. Expand these filters. Attribute name as, what is that attribute name as year. This is numeric equal to, what is that, 71, right? 1971. And say run. It should show you this John Lebanon, which is in 71. Yeah. Only the song released in 71 is displayed. Right? See, in database also we used to do queries, right? Population is greater than so and so, equal to so and so, like that. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Simple queries, a simple
Yes, sir.
queries which has been shown. A simple
sir.
queries. Okay. And the last task in this is to delete the table. Delete the table is one simple thing. You can see this, select this 3 and go to tables, select the table, and you can say delete table. Under actions, what is that? Update settings and delete table. Just say confirm. Just say confirm. The table is no more. The table is no more. So this one also please practice for the exam point of view. Certain points which are highlighted in the beginning itself, the dashboard, single digit milli latency, all those things are very important. And also the capacity units, And you should know also the DynamoDB table features, all this thing. So we learned about how to create a DynamoDB table, and we entered some data, okay, with different schema, okay, and also we queried